The share settings on Google Sites can catch people out because usually where the big share button is, it's been replaced by a publish button. Now, publish is about making your website go live and go onto the internet, but I don't want that yet. I want someone to work with me on this document who's not in the room with me. So for that, I need to use the share button, which is there. Now, sharing is not about sharing your published site, it's about getting collaborators involved with it. So at the moment, I am the owner of the website and I'm the only person who's allowed to be involved with it. This is the standard template for sharing within Google Apps. So I need to just add the person. So I'm going to add Jay Walker, type their name in, it autofills at the back end. They're in my organization. It's nice and easy. So I can send them a message if I want to or not. And by doing so, it's automatically set to editor, or I can have it as just a publish viewer. So if I just wanted someone to have a look at it and tell me how it's going, I'd use publish viewer, but editor is probably more useful. So that's what it defaults to. I can have a message in there if I want. And when I click send, it will send them an email just like any other in the Google Apps, and it'll allow them to make changes and adjustments. So there could be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us all working on the same website at the same time. We can look at version history and see who's doing what. Now, that's one option. The other option as well is when I go down to the link sharing at the bottom, is that I can have the draft mode. Now, it's got the draft side and the publish side. The draft side, if I created a shareable link and I could change it to my organization or anyone with the link, that is allowing, and it will generate a link, this link at the top, if I send it to them, or if I just put that on the internet for people to access, this long address, then anyone else who's in my organization can access and edit this website. So I can get into the draft mode like me. If I set it to anyone with the link, when I broadcasted this address, then anyone could get access to and could start adjusting things on it. Now, I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to take it back to restricted because I think that makes more sense. So I can share the editor mode with anyone I want. I could either share it with directed people or I could create a link to share it. The publish site is a separate setting. That is about the viewed site at the end of the game, not this editing or drafting window. So a little bit more complicated on link sharing than normal, but generally the sharing with people and groups, it behaves just like it does normally. If you're sharing your site with someone, you're actually sharing the ability to edit your site. Worthwhile remembering that distinction if you want to get people involved. You can't just publish it to them. You need to share them in if you want them to do things and work with you. Final options, just in the cog, we can control if they can add new people or not. So if you want to keep it in-house or with only a few people, maybe knock that one off. Because an editor is not as powerful as an owner, and you retain ownership of the website even if you let someone else in.